Hey people, good morning once again. Back again with another video. It's not gonna be a fragrance review. So first of all, I warn you, those who are looking for a fragrance review may skip this video. This video, it's one of those part of the series that I usually do in the morning thoughts. It's gonna be sort of like a morning thought, but more of some real life issues and stuff, just like everyday stuff, scenarios that you face every day and how it affects your life. It's more like a daily vlogging. And I want to talk about negativity and then ways to improve it or maybe change ourselves. So maybe I'll talk about from the perspective of where I live, my country, my place, my people. And I cannot judge like the whole world throughout because I don't live there. I haven't lived in many countries, right? So the thing is, I want to talk about those few things, the negative things. And the thing is, I really believe these are the things that really are harming us and more like having impact on us, as in like not letting us be a better human being, not letting us finding peace. Because if you indulge in negativity, it will often get to you. Okay, believe it or not. So let's say, what are the negativities that I've been facing here? There are always two sides of a coin. There's always this good side and there's the bad side. Some of them are going to be brighter days, some of them are going to be depressing days. Okay, that's how a month is. It's like five fingers in one hand. They're not of the same size or same shape, so they're always different. Sometimes you go through this depression. People often, today's world, it's very not settling at all. It's very rash. A lot of terrorist activities, injustice, fights, hatred, racism, and all that. The world is not going anywhere better, what I feel. Despite all that, we try to be positive, try to do our work, try to stay afloat amongst the negativity, try to look forward rather than looking back. But then sometimes you have to ponder upon how to accept these challenges and then face these challenges and then move on, how to tackle them. So one of the negative sides, I would say, I don't know if it's how many countries people face this, but I think it's a common problem towards everyone. It's like when you're actually trying to do something, make a difference, there will automatically be haters. Okay, and I know many people are watching. Those are not very big fan of me. They're watching, so they I don't understand the nature. I mean, I never used to understand it before, but now I'm trying to understand why would someone hate someone they don't know personally. And there are few reasons to that. What I really understood from my thinking and research could be jealousy of any reason. They just hate me. It could be a reason that they're not being able to do what others can do, what I can do. They're not accepting, they're not understanding like what is this guy doing representing this country, but getting all this, people are recognizing him, giving him good feedbacks. He has that nice group going, it's growing every day. He has a channel that's growing. These are all positive things. I'm not bragging. It's like these are things that's thanks to all the people that watch my channel. So these are things that's happening because of all that. It's blessing of God. It's because maybe I'm working something, I'm doing something from my heart, honestly. All right, so that's why maybe I'm getting all that. But the thing is, sometimes people, I wouldn't understand some guys. I haven't meant to hurt them ever. I'm just minding my business and I'm doing my reviews here, buying perfumes. How am I offending people? So the thing is, the truth is, what I really understood is these people who actually have issues, you cannot expect the whole world to love you. If you do that, if you're friends with the whole world, there's something wrong with you. You're definitely gonna have people who are friends. Some people are not gonna be friends. You may not have that many friends. But what I really understand is some people just want to hate you. So this is one of the problems. You should know why people hate you sometimes. I see Chad. I'll give you an example. Chad in the community, Gentleman's Journey. He often faces a lot of backlash, and people who give him backlash, they're not even qualified. They don't even have a channel. They don't even have content. What this guy does. Just give you one example. Like for example, all the reviewers face some backlash. How many dislikes do I get? 2, 3 loyal dislikers. But big guns, Jeremy. All these big names, they all have a lot of big haters. Why? Because they are successful people. They are doing good stuff. They're doing something the others can't do. They wish they could do. They could face the camera. They could be brave enough. So the thing is, these are the things gonna be there. And the thing is, I would put best way I put it this way. This stuff is like when you see dogs chasing a car, they can chase the car, but they can never drive it. They can reach it, but they can't drive it because they are not educated. So the thing is, yes, I will say it out there, shots fired, boom. But then I'm gonna propose like 6 steps, maybe I'm pretty sure people not gonna be very big fan, but then yeah, I'm pretty sure positive people who are willing to learn, who are watching, are good souls, because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of good souls out there. Honest people are still there. So for them, this is my channel. These are my talk. So I think first of all, we should try to do betterment to ourselves. Is we should listen more, and then we should let someone finish their speech, which is a very uncommon thing in subcontinent. People, when they speak, like let's say political leaders, another guy will speak at the same time, anchor is speaking at the same time. So 5-6 people at the same time, it's what does it become? A fish market, right? No one listens anything, there's no point made, we just fight and just showing how uneducated, filthy people we are, right? So people, what I mean by filthy, not as the countrymen. What I'm saying, those kind of particular kind of people, let them be politicians, whoever you are. If you're educated, if you're a sensible man, you should listen. You should be a gentleman or a lady. You should let others finish what they have to finish. Yes, they might say something you may not like, but you should learn to listen. Then keep your quiet, calm, like your composure, and try to find logical way to respond back to them. Emotional response always fires back, and it never ends well. Okay, so let's try to be more practical than emotional, I guess, and then bit more disciplined in terms of listening, and then speak when our turn's there. Second, I would say is we should travel a lot more if we can, outside our country, if we can afford it. If we save up, it's a good way to learn new cultures. It really helps you to learn about other cultures, why the people are in these countries who are different in culture, religion. It helps us to know more about their local culture. It's very easy to hate something you don't know. That is the truth. You're as a Muslim, let's say we're in a Muslim country, we just, mostly the hatred towards Hindus are like there. It's like, all the Hindus are bad, and the Hindus, they think like, they haven't met any Muslims, the Muslims are all terrorists. So these are things only can be resolved when you actually travel. We know about the culture. Oh, this is what they eat in the morning. Wow, they eat rice. Okay, this is what they have specialty there. They have satay. In Malaysia, they have satay. I can talk about Malaysia, a beautiful country. So when you see the culture, food, people, how they live, then you actually learn. You know the reality. So people base a lot of their decisions based on assumptions. That's what I feel. We shouldn't assume so much. We should learn. Traveling does help a lot to get to know people, good or bad, whatever. You get to see how people think about you, how they live. You get to even change their mindset towards you just by being a nice guy. All right. So yes, you pick up a lot of experiences. These are what makes a man. Okay. Next one is we should try at least to judge less and learn more. Again, I said learning is so important. Every day, there's no ending to learning. All right. You cannot say like, I know everything now, I have a PhD. Even if you have 10 PhDs, it doesn't matter, because there is endless amount of knowledge out there. Knowledge is not your certificate or your degree. Knowledge is something that you learn every day. You do yourself betterment. You just, oh wow, this is even the last day before you die at 80 years old, you can still learn something. So I would say, when you see people, don't be quick on the jumping conclusion like, oh, this is shit. Let's say fragrance reviews. This fragrance is so bad. Give it some time, guys. Like let it settle down. Judge it over 1 year, or give it some few chances to someone. Rather, people. It's easy to judge someone without knowing. It's just ignorant. People do that all the time. They assume, they hear some gossiping somewhere, and then they believe it. Fools do that. People with low intelligence do that. You don't want to be that. You want to be above. You have a brain. God gave you a brain. There's a purpose to it. It's not meant to be that you stay as a goat or a sheep all your life. All right. Next is stop lying. This is what we have to do. I believe it's all of us really have to stop this. Even the small, tiny little matter. Many of us just lie, and then lying makes it such unpleasant experience. No people, and it makes it such a bitter experience. You don't trust a person who lies. You just know that person just lied to your face. Did you take a shit? No, I didn't take a shit. And you see his hand is full of shit. It's a very disturbing image, but that's how I think of people who lie. When I see people lying, they do stuff behind your back, they're cowards. And I don't have any place for them in my heart or my respect zone. It's just simple as that. You may like it, you may not like it. So, okay, excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. I just had a call. I forgot to turn the phone to silent. So, lying, it just makes you really, really horrible person. It just makes you such a weak person that people, once they know that you lied, even if you do business with them, being colleague with them, they will never gonna look at you the same way they used to do. So the thing is, be a real, genuine person, good or bad. Don't lie. Just have the, dignity to tell the truth, because once you tell the truth, it makes life easier for you and the rest of them, because once you lie, you have to lie. You guys know all this. You have to lie like 15, 20, 50 times more to defend that lie. So yes, next is understand the meaning of space and privacy. This is very important, especially in this zone. People don't understand the meaning of it. People don't understand courtesy, manners. They just simply just come and sit next to your table without asking you. They take your chair without asking you. These are things, you know, you should educate, because it's normal. It's no problem. It's not taught. It's not taught in the family or the region maybe, but needs to be taught. We have to have manners. We have to see the other countries, developed countries, what are the difference between them and us. So if we learn, we know these things. We know we shouldn't cut queue. We shouldn't throw garbage at the streets, or we shouldn't like cut the traffic or block someone or honk at all people on the road. Being douchebag. These are things, you know, like we don't let people cross the road actually. Like usually we try to run them down, or we're smoking on people's face. These such things, you know, these are like personal. This like, I understand we have a lot of people, but we have to understand like we shouldn't call someone at 12:30 in the morning. It's just rude. Who expect like after 10 o'clock you shouldn't call anyone in the morning, because people have their own things, privacy. They need the space. So the space thing, people don't want to give the space to other people. So if you actually like your space, you don't like to be disturbed in the middle of the day. How would you feel someone unnoticed just come down to your gate and just boom, your friends, one of your friends didn't tell you he's coming up. He just comes up and then without prior, you know, calling or messaging. Would you feel good? You'll feel uncomfortable, right? So yes, these are the things maybe we have to understand. Like we have to give people privacy. We have to ask for the permission if they're free, and if they're doing nothing, then we can meet them up. You know, space. Give people space. Give them their privacy. Let them do. Let them have their freedom. Don't step into people's life that assuming they're doing nothing. Okay. The last one is, I was talking about jealousy and burning. These are the things makes you, I would say you, whoever is watching, makes you a worse, horrible person, and makes you sort of like a loser. Because once you're jealous of someone, it's just like weakness. Why? Because you really wish you could do something that other person is doing, but they're not doing it according to your liking. Okay? You wanted them to do it your way. So why don't you just step up and show it? Why don't you just face the camera as being such a losers, you know, just being a hater in a group of 10, 12, talking behind people, you know, like how to say, like teaming up with someone, hating all day, wishing that someone will die. People will die anyway. You're gonna die, I'm gonna die, everybody's gonna die. But you cannot stop people from loving someone, people from getting somewhere. If they work hard, they deserve it, they'll get it. So the thing is, it's no point, you know. I just know many people would understand till the day they regret wasting their time. So what I would suggest, people who feel someone should do better, someone should do better work, you know, like put up quality content, 3 minutes videos or something, you should do it how and show the world how it's done. So those are the things, you know, I just really feel these are things that bother you, because you are trying to do your own thing and then people come from nowhere and ruin your day. You have to take this off your chest sometimes, and you have to be positive and move on. So when you talk about it, it gets better. So yes, these days I try not to let those bother me, but when you live in that sort of a close small area and then densely populated, people do get to you, and then a lot of your positivity goes away. But you should never ever let it drain yourself, and you should always stick to your mission. That's what I would say. Even if you're trying to be a fragrance reviewer, I would say focus in your channel, do quality work, do it from your heart, honesty. You'll learn. If you have like a willingness, you'll learn someday, and you'll definitely be a good reviewer someday. So that's my tips. So I guess those are the things I want to discuss today as a burning thought. I hope it does help some people, and I hope it doesn't. I do hope it, like, some people just see what they're doing wrong. All right, so take care guys, have a nice day once again. Thanks for being with the channel all the time. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.